Hey guys, I'm here, and today we're exploring Ramoji Film City, one of the largest film studio complexes in the entire world. But behind the glitz, the glamour, and the blockbuster movies produced here, there is a terrible secret, one that locals will warn you about if you listen carefully enough. They say that Ramoji Film City is haunted. The massive complex sprawls over 1,600 acres and includes the world's largest outdoor set. The sprawling set alone is over 45 acres, and there are 47 sound stages. That's more than any other film studio complex in the entire world. Built in the early 1980s, the complex was constructed to help boost the Indian film industry. Today, it produces 200 films every year, including TV commercials, feature-length movies, and documentaries. So when it's not being used for a shoot, the complex resembles a ghost town, with buildings and streets that could easily fit a small city all to themselves. It's little wonder that people whisper the legend of Ramoji Film City, the story of how it sits on the burial ground of thousands of soldiers who died defending their king. It's said that their bodies rest beneath where movie magic happens, and some claim that their souls never really left. If you ever visit and explore the grounds, you're sure to hear whispers of strange events that have unfolded here. Locals claim that when you walk along the empty corridors of the back, which stretch as far as the eye can see, you can hear children laughing. You may even see the shadow of a young girl in a long flowing dress skipping down the road. Or perhaps you're refilming your next big scene when you notice the props and furniture move on their own. Sometimes the lights go out, seemingly without reason. Other times equipment goes missing only to turn up in the most peculiar places. And then there are the screams. Late at night, the complex becomes alive with the sounds of screams and shouting, exactly as though there's a battle taking place outside. Many legends come with a price, and this one is no different. Actors, directors, and crew members have fallen victim to the curse of Ramoji. Many leave the complex shaken to their core, vowing to never return again. And when asked why, they only speak of things they cannot explain. So we've done the research and collected their stories to bring you the truth behind the haunting tales of Ramoji Film City. In the 1970s, a wealthy landowner named Ramoji Rao planned to build a film production facility. Legend says he didn't know that the land he bought was actually the historic burial ground for thousands of soldiers who died in the Battle of the Nizam's Army. As soon as construction began, the workers started experiencing strange phenomena. Tools would fall from great heights without warning, and workers would swear that they'd seen shadowy figures moving around the site. But work continued despite the eerie happenings until the complex was finally completed in 1983. One day while shooting a movie, the leading lady was getting her makeup done in the makeup room. Suddenly, the mirror in front of her shattered into 1,000 pieces. Startled, she looked up to see that there was no one else in the room. Then she noticed her reflection move slightly. She turned around, but there was no one behind her. She turned back to the mirror. To her horror, her reflection was now smiling, but it wasn't her smile. She screamed as the smiling reflection reached out from the mirror and vanished. Terrified, she fled the set and has never returned to Ramoji since. When paranormal investigators later examined the area, they noticed that the room where the incident took place is right next to a corridor that leads to the old hotel. The corridor is rarely used these days, but it still gives off an unsettling feeling. Spectrograms recorded unusual spikes of energy in this area, meaning that there's a high concentration of spiritual energy here. A few months after this incident, a stuntman was rehearsing a scene on the outdoor set. He had to jump from a height and be caught by his partner. Before jumping, he checked and rechecked his harness twice to ensure everything was secure. But mid-jump, the harness snapped and the man plummeted to the ground below. Luckily, he managed to survive the fall, but he wasn't the same ever again. He claimed that just before he jumped, he heard a voice whisper in his ear, "Jump." When he turned around, he saw nothing. No one was on set at the time. It was late at night and the whole set was eerily silent. This wasn't the only accident that took place on the set either. Many of the crew members have reported hearing chains dragging, metal moans, heavy footsteps, and even whispers in their ears. The worst part is that no one knows where these sounds are coming from. People working on the set have also reported being pushed, tripped, or even slapped by invisible hands. Male crew members have told stories of being choked while walking through the old corridors, while female members have complained of their hair being pulled as they work. One night, a group of makeup artists were working in their department when they felt something brush against their legs. At first they ignored it, thinking it must have been a stray cat, but then they started hearing footsteps approaching them. The footsteps grew louder and louder until they were right beside the makeup room. Then the door swung open and slammed against the wall. No one dared to enter the room to check. Another strange occurrence involves the abandoned hotel inside the complex. Located in the center of the backlot, it looks like a regular hotel. The lobby has comfortable couches, plush carpets, and a reception desk. There are chandeliers hanging from the ceiling and paintings on the walls. If you didn't know that it was abandoned, you might think it was just closed for renovations. But it's been abandoned for decades. Still, Reports say that some guests occasionally stay there. A security guard staying there for the night will always lock up and prepare to spend the night alone. But when he goes to bed, he swears he hears footsteps above him. No matter how many times he checks, he finds no one. The strangest incident occurred when a couple decided to book the hotel for a night just for fun. At around 2 a.m., they were awoken in the middle of the night to see the bathroom mirror covered with scratches. Scratched into the mirror were the words, "Leave now." Terrified, they packed up and left immediately. While working on the show, paranormal investigators entered the old hotel and recorded several electronic voice phenomena, better known as EVP. These are recordings of voices that are not physically present in the room at the time of recording. An EVP of a man believed to be the former manager of the hotel can be heard talking about the trouble that comes with renovating the property. He warns the investigators to be careful because something important was lost during the renovation, and it does not like people being there. Another EVP captured in the same room as a woman speaking, "This is ours. Don't shoot here." There are many theories as to how this complex became so haunted. The main theory is that the land where the complex stands was once a burial ground. Soldiers from the Nizam's army died in battle and were buried here. Their bodies were never recovered and their souls never moved on. But that's just a theory. Some believe that the land is cursed, and others say that the intense emotions involved in filmmaking, things like fear, anger, and love, attract the spirits already present in the land. What do you think? Is Ramoji Film City haunted? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I've been your host. Join us next time for more.